For over a century and a half, CitizenCon has celebrated those that strive to make the UEE a better place. The annual conference spotlights the civic-minded, celebrates their achievements, and focuses on how to make the UEE better by highlighting and discussing vital topics. CitizenCon embodies the hopes and dreams of those working to improve the universe for all. CitizenCon typically occurs every October the 10th and is the marquee event celebrating the empire-wide holiday, Citizen Day. The event rotates locations each year, and hosting it is considered both an honour and a significant undertaking, much like achieving citizenship. Over the decades, CitizenCon has been hosted at various universal locations. Earth has hosted it the most, going back to the first ever CitizenCon in 2793, at a time when the Empire was still grappling with rebuilding itself after the fall of the Messers. Imperator Toy pushed the event as a way to provide hope and optimism that the UEE so desperately needed at that time. The UEE celebrated Citizen Day for centuries before holding the first CitizenCon. When the governments of Earth first introduced the modern concept of citizenship in the 22nd century, Citizen Day followed soon after as a way to celebrate civic responsibility. It would also become the day on which new citizens were sworn in. For hundreds of years, it was seen mostly as a bank holiday, in which people would get a day off work and children would be reminded of the importance of achieving citizenship. However, this would change under the Messer regime. While Galla Messer IX is generally credited with creating the modern elaborate version of the holiday in 2734, records released under the Historical Truth Act revealed that it was actually proposed by high-level military advisors. A surge in Vandal raids in the Tiber system had the military concerned. Their troops were suffering losses, resources were stretched thin, and they worried that redeploying forces from the Peri line to Tiber would be perceived as weakness by the Xi'an. The military needed more pilots, starmen, and soldiers to properly address the issue, but their recruitment numbers had been dropping for decades. They proposed that Messer IX inspire the masses into service by refocusing Citizen Day as a holiday that celebrates citizens and the sacrifices they make in creating a better UEE. Gallor Messer IX wholeheartedly endorsed the idea and planned lavish celebrations across the UEE on the 10th of October 2734. The military used the holiday to stir up xenophobic fears and launch a successful new recruitment effort. On the surface, this Citizen Day celebration achieved its goals, though it also made an impact in ways that Messer IX or the military never intended. While many people came to greatly enjoy the yearly celebration, Citizen Day festivities were forced upon the inhabitants of Terra and other systems opposed to Messer's fascist and militaristic regime, a move meant to remind them of who truly ruled the UEE. Yet, celebrations in those locations took a very different tone. With massive protests against the Messer regime effectively illegal, activists turned Citizen Day into a chance to gather and subvertly celebrate the true power in the UEE, the citizens. Speeches given at events in Terra reinforced the idea that it was the sacrifices of citizens that made the UEE great. They strongly implied, but never outright stated, that the Messer regime would only remain in power as long as the citizens allowed. An advocacy investigation from 2741, which was released as part of the Historical Truth Act, found that following Citizen Day, there was a substantial increase in membership of subversive groups. The civic holiday proved itself equally good at stirring loyalties, no matter which side of the political spectrum they lay. The fact that Citizen Day actually helped empower citizens to create a better future makes it a rare remnant of the Messer regime that persists in a positive way to this day. When the Messer regime fell in 2792, Erin Toy, the UEE's first freely elected imperator, understood the importance Citizen Day had in the early days of humanity's expansion. Facing a seemingly impossible task of restoring faith in the UEE government, Imperator Toy hoped Citizen Day could now be used to rally people to a new cause, the rebuilding of a wounded empire. To lay out her case for the potential future of the UEE, Imperator Toy held the first ever Citizen Day conference in New York on the 10th of October 2793. The symbolism of having it on Earth, the former centre of the Messer regime's power, was not lost on anyone. Imperator Toy used the occasion to give a rousing, inspirational speech about how the future of the UEE was now truly in the hands of its citizens. Most people deemed the inaugural CitizenCon, as it would come to be known, a success. Some critics called it nothing more than a bloated campaign rally in the spirit of the former regime's antics, and pointed out that the proceedings lacked specifics on how to improve the Empire. Imperator Toy took the critiques to heart and adjusted the format for the following year. Prime hosted CitizenCon in 2794, which officially focused on solutions for the future, a not-so-subtle acknowledgement that Terra was the centre of anti-Messer activism and the progressive politics that led to their ousting. The second event featured a variety of booths and speeches tailored to a specific theme. The format set the standard for CitizenCon, though, as history has shown, the organisers are not afraid to make further adjustments if necessary. CitizenCon has produced many memorable moments, from the unveiling of the revolutionary Consolidated Outland Pioneer to the often mocked talent competitions of the early 2850s. For over a century and a half, CitizenCon has both informed, entertained, and inspired. Many of today's current political, cultural, and economic leaders can point to a past CitizenCon as a source of inspiration. It is on this day that all the people of the Empire are reminded just how important citizenship is, and hold it up as an ideal to be strived for and earned, no matter how humble the origins or difficult the journey. In 2951, Citizen Day is set to be observed with great enthusiasm across the Empire. It reflects that the true heart and soul of the Empire is its citizens, who deserve to be celebrated for making the UEE what it is today. As Imperator Toy famously said during her opening speech at CitizenCon 2793, the UEE is a dream that's only possible with the support of the people. It's a reflection of the universe they want and will fight to maintain. As long as the citizens stay strong, so will the UEE. If the sustained success of CitizenCon is any indication, the UEE is in good hands going forward.
Some people say I shill for NordVPN, but listen to some of these comments that I just made up. I've never fed the love of a woman before, but then I got NordVPN, and that didn't matter. Doctor said I'd never walk again, but then I got NordVPN. Now I've been running marathons. Also, I got robot legs around the same time. They might have helped somewhat too. I was a tone-deaf pirate, but after getting NordVPN, I'm able to play the saxophone. Go on, Zin, try and animate all of this. Click the links below to get NordVPN. It might lead you to a more fulfilling life, but more likely, it will just help protect you from the terrors of the internet. What ship are we giving away in October? It is one of the most exciting ships we've given away, and one of the most popular. It's the Argo Cargo. So many people liked it, we thought we'd give one away, instead of a Mercury Star Runner, or a Carrack, or something else. You can do fun things, like fly around a planet, or fly very slowly into the sun. And it also makes my top 16 ships that I liked in the ship showdown this year. Me and Zin are sort of on a holiday for a week, so we had to quickly film a ship giveaway, so we do have CitizenCon coming up, and we may have some other things going on the channel that will make it worth your while commenting, so do what you want. I'm not your dad. You should definitely press the join button below my videos, though, and you should certainly like and subscribe, and bell bother. Click on the bell. I don't know what it does, but it makes me money somehow. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Thanks very much for watching, though, and I'll see you in the next one.